Hi guys, Mrs. Homan here with another science video. This is the last of a 3-part video series on human impact on Earth. We already went over natural resources and human impact on land and human impact on water, so if you haven't watched those videos, please go back and watch them first. In this video, we will be covering human impact on air, so let's get started. The atmosphere provides oxygen and carbon dioxide for plants and animals to breathe, absorbs harmful energy from the sun, and keeps Earth warm enough to support life by holding in heat energy from the sun. Before we move on, let's review some important vocabulary. Air quality is a measure of how clean or polluted the air is. Air pollution is the contamination of the atmosphere by pollutants from humans and natural sources, and emissions are pollutants released into the air. There are two types of air pollution, gases and particulates. So let's start with gases. Gas pollutants include carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, methane, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, and ground-level ozone, among others. Some occur naturally, of course. Plants need carbon dioxide to make glucose, but are considered pollutants when they are likely to cause harm or when the ratios of these gases in the atmosphere get too high. Acid rain is precipitation that is more acidic than usual. We discussed it as it related to water pollution in the human impact on water video. Acid rain is caused by gas pollutants creating carbonic, nitric, and sulfuric acid, which dissolve into the precipitation, causing it to become acidic. Recall from our rock cycle unit that carbonic acid in groundwater causes sinkholes. The second type of pollution is particulate pollution. Particulates are tiny pieces or particles of solid material that are suspended in air or water. For example, smoke, dust, pollen, and vehicle exhaust. Think about when we are in the middle of pollen season here in Florida. Sometimes you can see the yellow haze of pollen over the city. Or when they are burning the sugarcane fields in Wellington. The smoke you see are particles of ash suspended in the air. Smog is a specific pollutant formed when vehicle exhaust and ground-level ozone react with sunlight. Let's keep in mind, ozone is a pollutant on the ground but is not in the upper atmosphere. There, it creates an important barrier between us and the sun. The ozone layer is a layer of Earth's upper atmosphere that is thinning due to increased use of chlorofluorocarbons or CFCs. Ozone in the upper atmosphere absorbs UV radiation from the sun, preventing it from reaching Earth. CFCs break down ozone into chlorine monoxide, which does not absorb UV radiation. While CFCs have been banned since 1996, they can stay in the atmosphere for 100 years. Normally, radiation from the sun would hit a molecule of ozone, which is 3 oxygen atoms bonded together, and the energy would break the molecule apart into a dioxygen and a free oxygen atom. Eventually, these would collide and reform into ozone. However, CFCs result in free chlorine atoms in the upper atmosphere, which are extremely unstable and bond with the free oxygen atoms, blocking the creation of ozone. Again, unlike ozone, this does not absorb the radiation from the sun and it allows it to reach Earth's surface. The area that is filled with these chlorine-bonded oxygens is referred to as the hole in the ozone layer. Air pollution is a main contributor to climate change. Burning fossil fuels releases greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. These hold in energy from the sun, and this increased energy leads to higher average temperatures on Earth's surface. Combine that with the hole in the ozone layer, allowing more of that high energy radiation from the sun to reach Earth's surface, we are causing the Earth to warm at an alarming rate. Additionally, these higher average temperatures lead to sea level rise, shrinking ice sheets, increased number of extreme weather events, warming ocean, and changes in precipitation patterns, among many, many more. So, how can we preserve our air resources? First, energy conservation. Conserving energy will cause less fossil fuels to be burned. Less fossil fuels being burned means less of all those nasty pollutants being released into the air, and may allow plants to catch up. Second, technology. Advances in technology help to develop ways to generate energy without pollution and control emissions, blocking those pollutants from being released to begin with. And last, air stewardship, passing laws to limit the release of greenhouse gases. To summarize, air pollution is the contamination of the atmosphere by pollutants from humans and natural sources. There are two types of air pollution: gases and particulates, and three ways to preserve our air resources: energy conservation, advances in technology, and air stewardship. Thank you so much for watching. Have a marvelous day.